finals week for the American Piano Awards. That starts today, and this morning we have Michael Davidman, who is one of the finalists and an American Piano Awards laureate. Well, congratulations to you, my friend.
Thank you.
This is amazing. Not only are you getting a chance to do this again, but you're studying some fun things too, and we'll get to that in a moment. But first off, tell me how you're feeling about all of this.
I feel good. I mean, it's a lot in a week, to do all these concerts and be in a competition. But I think, I'm ready, and I'm just looking forward to performing and sort of just going out there and doing, what I love to do. So that's, I guess, how I would say.
Well, it's your God-given talent. You got this. It's going to be great. And not only that, but you've done this before. Back in 2021, if my notes are correct here, you actually competed then.
Yeah.
So what would you say has changed as your life as a pianist has really kicked off into the stratosphere?
Well, yeah, I mean, first of all, the competition back then was very different because it was during COVID, so the events were different. So it does feel a little bit like the first time again, But in terms of my life, I'd say, from last time I started studying with a new teacher, and I moved to Spain to study with him for the past year, I'd say, and it's just been different. My playing has been growing in different ways. As a pianist, I think, my main thing that I've been trying to do is, you have your, intention, artistically, or what you want, to come out of the instrument, but then there's the actual kind of physical mechanism of playing and what people would say, the technique. So I've been trying to, just further, blend those two things and see if I can get as much of what I want to hear, come out of the instrument in reality.
Yes.
So that's, I'd say, been my main focus as a pianist, and just, of course, continuing to play concerts and just learn, and do all this stuff. So it's just, since last time, I'd say that's been the main thing,
Well, we definitely got to see some of those videos and photos on screen here of you doing your thing. You do a great job at it. Again, you wouldn't be doing this a second go round if you weren't great. So we know you're going to do well in the competition. Let's talk about what you like to do outside of it. You mentioned Spain and that you studied there.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you were in all of the restaurants, getting all of the foreign cuisine and figuring out the different dancing and cultural experiences there.
I'd say, well, it's preparing for a competition, you're kind of, for me at least, I really pare down all that stuff and kind of just, get into the mode of really focusing and practicing, every day, putting in, the effort. And I'd say, my free time is more spent indoors, just kind of, I love to read different interesting things and watch, movies and things like that, that kind of make me think about various things in different ways. And of course I do go out sometimes to eat out, and if there's a concert, for example, at the school, for example, like 3 weeks ago, we did a concert accompanying the singers in the school, a group of pianists. So then we all went out to this wonderful Mexican restaurant, which was different. It was just very fun, and so stuff like that. But my free time is really not
focusing on your craft.
Yeah, exactly.
I get that. Talk about what are you going to do, and I'm just going to put it out there, when you win this go round, what's that going to look like for you?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think they give us, a lot of concerts with orchestra and things like that. So I think for me, what it would mean to win would just be, an expansion of my career activities and just really being able to have those experiences to play with orchestras and give concerts more regularly. Because, part of practicing isn't just, for me, it's not just, being in the room and, working or whatever. It's also when you perform, it's a way of practicing, the way something feels on stage, the flow of everything, and then, realizing, I can do this, and just the feeling, the more free you feel, you only get that from playing these pieces so many times on stage, where then it feels like you're just going out and you can take it any way that you want, and it's spontaneous and fresh and just the way it should be, So I think that's what if I were to win this, it would just be further on that path, you know, towards getting to that place where I feel free on stage and have more experience, you know,
well, let's
even
talk
more.
about what you win, right? I mean, we all want to know. So let's pull that up if we can, the CG there. So, finals week, March 31st to April 5th. Free concerts from noon to 1 at Christchurch Cathedral, Friday and Saturday. All finalists will perform with the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra. The winner gets a prize worth $200,000, because that's what we want to know, right? Including an artist residency at the University of Indianapolis, a recording contract with Steinway & Sons, record label, and much, much more.
I didn't actually know some of that.
Really? See, this is why you come to Daybreak. And we want to know everything about that residency that you're going to get, because...
Oh yeah, that's interesting. I love to also teach and you know, watch different pianists playing and how we can. So that's really interesting if I win.
Wonderful, yeah. Well, best of luck to you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
No problem.